I mean, like, I was waiting for like Prince Charming to knock on the front door and be like, I am here to whisk you away and take you off to Narnia, where we will live in a castle and you will bear my children and be happy forever. Well, I'm 29 and that bitch ain't showing up yet. There are a lot of us in this world waiting for someone to come out of nowhere, pluck us out of our current circumstances and just drop us into something that is a lot more pretty, a lot more perfect and a lot more ideal and more aligned with what we actually want. Well, unfortunately, I am God's messenger today, and I am here to tell you that that is not what's going to happen in this lifetime. No one is going to come out of nowhere and save you. It's time for you to save yourself. And that is the title for today. They won't save you. It's time to save yourself. You need to take control of the fact that there's something from this life that you are expecting, wanting, desiring, and the only way you're going to attain that thing is by going after it for yourself. So let's do it. Let's get into that, okay? So there are a couple of things that we're going to be going over today that have really helped me on this journey and on this idea that I can have more for myself. I do deserve to have more. There is a better and bigger and bolder way of existing that I can attain in this lifetime. I don't have to wait for my soul to go up and then come back down in another body. I can have that now. I don't have to wait. Let's not delay. So without further ado, let us get into it. So the first thing that I've written down is to take responsibility for your choices. Realize that you are in control of your life's direction and take ownership of your decisions. Literally yesterday, my mum and I sat down and we kind of mapped out the next month for her, what that looks like in terms of her fitness goals, her eating habits, her waking up and going to bed time, and all those little things that make our lives better and more aligned with who we want to be. So it is like, what time is it right now? It is 2:38 on the 15th of the 1st. We've officially decided to start today. Today is the day for us to start, and we're going to do one whole month. The reason that we've given her a month, the reason that we decided to do a month was because I said, do you trust me? She said yes. I said, I would like to take control of the decisions that you make because the current ones you're making are not working for you. And she's a bit skeptical, but she said, you know what, I trust you, so fuck it, let's do it. Everything you do is a choice. One thing that I said to her yesterday was every single thing you do is a choice. So if you have like that extra cake, you are making the decision to do that. If you find yourself obese or severely underweight, and that's because you've been controlling your food in an unhealthy way, if you're like, oh, it's just been so out of my control, I don't know what I'm doing, there's nothing that I could have done, or if you're in a circumstance where you're like, oh, I don't know how the hell I got here, every micro decision, every little decision that you have made has led you to where you are right now. So if you're watching this and you're like, I just feel like my life is so out of my control, there's nothing that I can do, it feels like it's out of control because you've been controlling it in a negative way. You've been making decisions, subconsciously or consciously, to do certain things that have not been benefiting you, and because you don't like the result, it wasn't your fault, but it was your fault. You just don't like the result, and that's unfortunately not how life works. You don't get to just not be, responsible for where you currently are just because it's not what you wanted. You're responsible for it. Like me right now, I'm living at home with my parents. I'm still I'm working in the spa reception, and it's not the ideal job that I wanted, and that's because I left my corporate high paying role, so I didn't get to save up enough money to move out and have my own home and all that kind of stuff. So, and I haven't saved enough money over the years to be able to buy my own home because of all the decisions that I've made. And if I'm going to sit here and be like, oh my god, woe is me, my circumstances suck, blah 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 blah, and I'm completely ignoring like the pros that come with paying cheaper rent, the pros that come with living at home with the parents, the pros that come with having more flexibility in my job, the pros that come with having less pressure and more mental resilience that I've built over time, the pros that come with all of the things. If I ignore all of those and only focus on the negatives and just say, oh my god, like my finances aren't where I want them to be, I'm not living in my own home, the things that, and yes, I do have days where I'm like, life is not what I wanted it to be. I had one like 2 days ago, literally. But I can't dwell on those things, because at the end of the day, it's my fault. Like, I am where I am because of the choices that I've personally made. And I think we just need to all take ownership of that. Like, you are where you are because you've made choices, you've made decisions that have led you into this space. There are 100% circumstances that would happen, abuse, theft, whatever it is. There are things that have happened to you, but they have happened for you, and you might not see that yet, and that's a whole another conversation that I probably won't ever get into, because some people don't like talking about the fact that some negative things are in your favor. But I'm talking as someone who has had a negative thing happen to her once in this lifetime. It's just like, things happen, and you might not always like the thing that's happened, but what do you do off the back of that thing that's happened is your choice. So if someone steals your car, rather than be like, oh my god, my car's been stolen, yeah, have a moment. Absolutely, it's a fucking horrible experience. And if it was a traumatic one, it could be scary for you. You could be going through all of that, all the things that come up with that emotionally, but 5 years later, if you're still like, oh, but my car was stolen in 2003, it's the reason I don't have a car today, but like 2 years have gone by. No, it's not, babe. At this point, it's just you. Like, what were the decisions that you made past that experience happening that have led you to where you are right now? I would say take responsibility for your choices. Like, things will happen in this life. You will go through periods of time where you're like, I can't cope well. And if you're in that space, by the way, please get help, professional help. Go to therapy, speak to your GP in London, in the UK, that's a general practitioner. Speak to someone who can help you, anyone that you trust, a family, a friend. Speak to someone and seek help. Like, don't be suffering in silence. Again, it might not feel like it, but that is a choice. You do not have to struggle by yourself. You don't deserve that. And if another thing, a lot of people think, oh my god, like that person's just doing this one thing in particular. Like, get over yourself. Like, just stop overeating, stop starving yourself, stop doing that thing to yourself. Like, sometimes people feel like that is all they're worth. Sometimes people feel like they don't deserve to have a better life, they don't deserve to have more, you're not worthy of, a good, healthy, functioning body. You're not deserving of a happy life, you're not deserving of a healthy relationship, you're not deserving of thriving finances. If you believe that for yourself, I'm genuinely going to say this, I'm going to look in the camera when I say this, that is not fucking true. It's not your reality. You deserve to have the best that this world has to offer, and it starts by accepting that and taking action. If you feel like, and even if you're fighting it, even if you're like, I'm not too sure, but I do want more for myself, but I don't feel like I deserve it, just take action. The belief will come with the more action you take. You do not have to, same with motivation, you don't have to wait to feel motivated. Sometimes do the thing and then you'll get motivated after. So just start, take action, take responsibility of your decisions today. Don't wait for tomorrow, don't wait for Monday, start in February, fuck all of that. Start today, okay? That's the first thing. So take responsibility for your choices. The second thing is develop your self-reliance. Okay, so build the skills and the mindset to solve your own problems rather than waiting for someone else to step in. A lot of times when I was growing up, I was literally waiting for someone to save me. I was waiting for like Prince Charming to knock on the front door and be like, I am here to whisk you away and take you off to Narnia, where we will live in a castle and you will bear my children and be happy forever. Well, I'm 29 and that bitch ain't showing up yet. You know why? It's because he's not gonna knock on my front door. Trust Trust yourself, build self-reliance. How can you rely on yourself? Now, I'm not part of that Miss Independent group. I never need a man, and I don't need no one to ever come and help me, and I don't want to ever rely on anyone else, and fuck that, and I'm an independent bitch. Did it? I'm not part of that club. I believe that we should be able to, in a healthy manner, rely on other people. That's a benefit of relationships. With that being said, there is always an element of being able to trust yourself that a lot of us lack, and that is why we're always waiting for someone else, because we don't believe in our own abilities. I don't feel like I can do this thing. I don't even know if I deserve to have that thing. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. I don't have the right skills. I don't have the right tools. I'm lacking resources to do that thing. Like, you need to be able to add into your toolbox, babe. Okay, so that's the second thing. Build yourself reliance, develop self-reliance, build the skills and the mindset that you need to be able to look at your own problems and say, okay, I know I can solve this, and even if I don't know how to, I'm going to figure out a way to do it. That is a mindset. I don't know how to do it right now, but I'm going to figure out a way to do it. Fuck it. There are no fucking rules. There are no regulations on this shit. There is no regulation in life. There's no life police. Okay, no one's going to show you step by step how to become successful, how to be the best mum, how to be the best friend, how to be the best wife. You just have to fucking figure it out. Sorry to tell you just got to figure it out. Okay, but it is a mindset that you have to develop to be able to say, do you know what, I might not know how right now, but with practice, with time, and with some resilience, I'm going to figure it out. That is what you need to be working on. So that's the next thing. The third thing is cultivate a growth mindset, very closely linked with the second. View challenges as an opportunity. How can I learn and grow rather than where I have lost myself? View challenges as opportunities to learn and grow rather than obstacles that you can't overcome. Okay, so rather than looking at this thing like, I don't know what I'm going to do with it, I don't know how to do it, just say, do you know what, at some point, if I get my energy right, God will start to give me these things. The universe will start to give me things, places, put me in places, introduce me to people, align me with certain situations that will be in my favor, that will show me how to overcome these things. And that only comes with adapting up here to work in your favor. If you're sitting here saying, oh, I don't know if I can do this thing, I don't know if I can do this thing, baby, I hate to be the one to break this to you. Actually, no, I don't hate to be the one to break this to you. I'm very grateful that I'm the one to break this to you. You're deserving of everything, and you can achieve so much fucking more than you're giving yourself credit for. And there are a load of different things in this world that everyone has overcome, but you've forgotten it because it's not something that, you know, it's not that big of a deal. I'm going to brush it under the carpet, all that kind of shit that we do on a daily basis. It's not benefiting you. Like, acknowledge the things that you've overcome. You have, what's that fucking saying? You've overcome 100% of the days behind you. Just look at that. Okay, so cultivate that growth mindset. How can you, do you know what I started doing when I first started doing this? I wrote things down that I was like, what areas of your life right now do you feel like you're struggling in? Finances, relationships, whatever it is, health, whatever it is. And then I was like, okay, what do you need to do mentally? What mindset do you need to adapt to be able to get yourself from A to Z? What do you need to do mindset wise to go from A to Z? Example, my finances. What do you need to do to grow a better relationship with money? Read more books about money, listen to more podcasts, take action on money, because you can take in all the resources, all the podcasts, all the audiobooks in the world and not do anything with them. That's very redundant. That doesn't grow your mindset. Like, it just makes you think, oh, okay, it's possible for that person, the author, it's possible for the person reading the audiobook, it's not possible for me. Until you do it, then you're like, oh, I can do that thing. So take action. Okay. And the last thing is to seek guidance, not rescue. Bars. Surround yourself with mentors and supportive people, but remember, they're here to guide you, not save you. I did this when I first started on my journey, because I was looking at my therapist like, you're going to fix me, and if you don't, then you're shit at your job. That's genuinely how I looked at my therapist when I first went into therapy. That sounds so bad. That sounds so bad to say that out loud. But I literally was like, if you don't fix my problems, then why are you even here? And then as I started talking to them, I was like, oh, you're here to guide me to fix my own problems. Got it. Now I understand. Now I know why you're a therapist. Got it. You're good at your job, actually. And that revelation for me was like, okay, it was like a wake-up call. What other areas of my life am I looking for someone to save me, that I can apply the concept that maybe you're not here to save me, but you're here to guide me, you're here to support me, you're here to mentor me in that moment in time to figure out my own shit. Not solve it for me, figure it out for myself, using certain tools and bits and bobs that you might teach me. So I hope that made sense, because I feel like I just rambled in this whole video. But anyway, deuces, boo boo. I'll see you in the next video. Oh, recap. So take responsibility for your choices, develop self-reliance, cultivate a growth mindset, seek guidance, not a savior. Okay, seek guidance, not rescue. And until next time, I'll see you soon. Besitos.